Go ahead, James.
Yeah, Dylan. Obviously playing left guard this past weekend for you, was that much of a difference for you? I know you've played there before in the past, but mainly right guard this season. How was that transition?
It wasn't too bad. I mean, I worked it all week, but the only difference is just getting used to like who you're playing with against like left with your left tackle. So like getting the different fits. So it wasn't too bad coming in. I got used to it during the week, getting able to get our fits right with Icky. It wasn't that bad.
And just to follow up, you got Miami this week. Defensively, who would you compare them to?
I would say their defensive line is probably a lot like Mississippi State. They got big guys up there, big strong guys. They're fast. It's gonna be a fun challenge.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Jonas.
Yeah, Dylan, along those same lines, you just compared their D line to Mississippi State. Do you guys go back and watch some film for that game to see what worked, or do you just strictly watch the Miami game last year and see what worked? Like, how do you kind of get an edge against a defensive line like this?
I mean, you just gotta. I mean, right now we're just focusing. We're focusing on like their tells and like what's going on there, and like we've watched stuff from because we played them last year, obviously, and it's a bunch of the same guys. So we really use a lot of that tape to see what was going on last year to carry over to this year.
David Thompson.
Hey Dylan, just because we were looking at Devin's wolf painting, is that what am I seeing to the right of you? Is that something you shot? Is that a deer head? Or?
That's my roommate's. That's not mine. That's a deer.
Okay, interesting. I was just curious.
Yeah.
Are you a hunter?
Yeah, I do. That is not mine. That is my roommate's though.
Okay. Jonas.
Yeah, and you kind of touched on this earlier, Dylan, but through the first few games, you guys have played with the same combination, and then obviously Chandler was out this previous game. How much is that? I don't want to say throw things off, but part of playing offensive line is being a unit, is being in rhythm. That throw things off, what should take a lot to kind of work Easton into the rotation.
I mean, I didn't really think it threw things off really that much at all. I mean, Easton came in there, he did a great job. I mean, he's always in practice, he always comes in and works with us anyways. So like Coach Garrison does a good job to like making sure if something like that happens that we don't have any fall off at all. And he came in there and played really good. So I didn't think there was too much of a transition at all, really.
James Henderson.
Dylan, individually, do you prefer pass blocking or run blocking?
I grew up individually. I prefer run blocking because I grew up at a high school that ran the triple option, so we didn't do too much pass blocking in high school.
And I just want to ask you about Icky. Obviously you guys go in as a group and watch film each week. Sometimes some of his blocks, they even, kind of have you guys fired up.
Oh yeah, it shocks us every single week. I mean, we know who we're playing with. I mean, Icky's he's a different breed, and coming in and seeing that stuff, it definitely fires you up.
Go ahead, Jonas.
Still, I'm sure with each win, with each passing week, the confidence level is rising. Not that you guys weren't confident in preseason, but they actually go out in the grass and they get it done. I'm sure the confidence is rising and rising. Like, where are we at right now with confidence, and this team? How far can this team go? I know you guys haven't peaked out, but what's the ceiling, and how far can you guys go moving forward?
I mean, I think if you put a ceiling on it, it just limits yourself. I think we can go as far as we want to take ourselves. I mean, I think starting off like going like 3 weeks back to the Clemson game, I think we're coming into these like stretch a few more games, and I just think the energy in the air is just like we're not losing coming into this game. Like we're confident. We're playing great teams coming down, teams that can beat us, and we can beat these teams. And the confidence in the air, I think it's really good, and really to play with some swagger and just some fun and go out there like no one's going to beat you at all.
Does anybody else have anything for Dylan? Looks like we're good. Dylan, thank you very much for calling in.